Listen, we haven't reached the end of the Kavanaugh story. It's still a lot of stuff up in the air, whether there'll be testimony on Monday or not, whether there'll be a hearing. But the one thing I think we can say beyond a shadow of a doubt is the Democrats, in their slimy, despicable way, and really one of the worst incidences I've ever seen of this, have accomplished what they wanted to accomplish. I mean, the political calculus goes kind of like this. If Kavanaugh isn't appointed, if he's not appointed, it might just inspire conservatives to show up during the midterm election. So it might not actually be that good if they actually killed his appointment. The positive part of it is if they delay the vote, then they might take back the Senate and be able to stop it. And that means that the Democrat senators running in red states won't have to cast a controversial vote just before. So there's a lot of, calculus going on. But the one thing that can happen now that I think that the Democrats is really what they want is if he is appointed, if he is confirmed to the Supreme Court, they will forever after have tarred this guy's name with a completely unprovable, unfalsifiable, unverifiable charge from 36 years ago, from when he was a teenager. All we do is we're sitting around and we're saying, did he do it? If he did do it, is it really that bad? Do we forgive him? Is there great? Why are we even talking about that when the entire thing is politics? It is all politics. This is a genuinely despicable thing, and all they want is to put this guy on if this guy gets on the Supreme Court forever after, they have put this completely, utterly, entirely unfair asterisk by his name, the way they have with Clarence Thomas, completely unfairly, so that anything he does, any decision he makes, they have tarred this good man's name. It really is despicable. Again, this is not an attack on the accuser. She may have a false memory. She may not have a false memory. I have no idea. The point is, there is no way to know. And if there is no way to know, you're a senator, right? You're a senator of the United States. If there's no way to know, you do not bring it up. It is just not right. If there were 100 women out there all saying the same thing, I'd feel a little bit differently about this. I would feel differently about this, although you can always collect 100 people who are willing to lie about somebody. But still, all this talk about, I believe her, she looks honest, she seems honest. I don't care. There's no way to prove it. Plenty of people can look credible. I don't know anything about her. I mean, everything people say, nobody has said anything nasty about her. I don't mean to say anything nasty about her. I just don't know. And so it is therefore inherently wrong to do this to a person. And just, I want to start by playing a clip of Joy Behar. So like might want to put something in your ears just to keep it down a little bit. But I want to play this only because I would not play this if I just thought it was her. It was just awful Joy Behar. But I think this is representative of the entire Democrat Party and the left in general. First, just play her attacking Kavanaugh, just to show you the way they're treating this guy at this point. It's cut 4.
These people in Congress right now, in that Senate Judiciary Committee, these white men, old, by the way, are not protecting women. They're protecting a man who is probably guilty. If you're not Judge Kavanaugh, take the lie detector test. Prove it the way she did and the way Anita Hill did, that they were not lying. Let's see that from you. Or are you a coward?
By the way, just so you know, being old or white or male is not a bad thing. I'm all three, and she can go to hell, just to say this. But let's go back to 2016. This is 2 years ago. This isn't back in the Clinton era. This is 2 years ago when Hillary Clinton was running. Listen to what she said then.
Teddy Kennedy. Remember Chappaquiddick? Am I the oldest person in the room?
I remember that.
Chappaquiddick. I mean, a girl drowns and he abandons her and he drowned. And women still voted for Teddy Kennedy. Why?
True.
Because he voted for women's rights. That's why. That's the bottom line of it, in my opinion. I mean, I don't like either one of them, to tell you the truth, Teddy or Bill. But they're both dogs as far as I'm concerned. But I still will vote for Bill Clinton because he votes in my favor.
So we know, but that's all of them. That is all of them. That is Dianne Feinstein. That is every single one of the Democrats and the left and all the people on Twitter posing with their feminist poses. They're all the same way. It is just about the power. It is just about the decisions. There was Joy Behar. That is as brash, as brilliant, brilliantly painted, as bright a picture of hypocrisy as you are ever going to see, but it's all of them. I say this to you with a straight face, and I mean it. Every one of them is Joy Behar in this case. So let's just bring this up to date. Chuck Grassley, the head of the Senate committee that is the confirmation committee that is talking to Kavanaugh and deciding whether to pass it on to the full Senate. He has now gotten tough and said, she won't. They invited her to come and testify. She said she should testify. And all the left said was, we have to hear her out. We have to hear her out. So they said, come in on Monday. They said, you can't hear her out. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? You can't do that. So Grassley has now said that she's got to get in her. He really sent a tough letter saying, this is the latest and most serious of the Democrat side's abuse of the confirmation process. There has been delay and obstruction of this process at every turn and with every argument available. Therefore, I will view any additional complaints about the process very skeptically. And he gave her till Friday to get her prepared testimony in, or they will hold the vote on Wednesday. And here is Senator Gillibrand, Kirsten Gillibrand, who was a big Clinton supporter. So she has nothing to say about this, but she's now she's a big Me Too supporter because that's the way the wind is blowing. This is her responding to this.
I don't think she should be bullied into this scenario where it's a he said, she said, where many members of the committee have already made up their mind. Without the benefit of an FBI investigation where it's nonpartisan and objective, and without the benefit of corroborating witnesses being able to testify, it's a sham hearing. And I don't think she should participate in it.
But it can only be he said, she said. This is why all of this is bogus, right? It's all bogus. It can only be he said, she said. 36 years later, when the accuser says she doesn't remember the day, she doesn't remember the place, what questions are the FBI going to ask? 35 years ago, did you go to a party? 36 years ago, were you a teen at a party that I'm not sure where or when, that something may have happened, we don't know what? How can you investigate that? The FBI refused to investigate because it's uninvestigatable. It is uninvestigatable, and the Senate has its own investigators who are put there. All of this is about one thing. It is all about one thing. It is making sure that if you don't toe the leftist line, you have to be afraid, because they do not believe in diversity of thought. They do not believe that there could be another side. It is their side and hatefulness.